Hi everybody, welcome to No Man's Sky on the PlayStation 4 and on PSVR. With the recent updates, we've now got the update that probably lots of people have been waiting for, the ability to play this game on PSVR. Now, I've been wandering around this planet for the last 45 minutes, just repairing my ship, gathering survival stuff. Basically, No Man's Sky is many things, and probably the first of those is a survival kind of sim, which is all about wandering around, finding supplies to keep your life support going, to keep your hazard protection going, to build machines, to build other machines, and then ultimately, obviously, to explore the stars and explore the world of No Man's Sky. Follow the Atlas storyline and all this sort of stuff. So, but I thought it'd be a good point to start the video. Because I've repaired the ship and we can take off, and I guess this is probably something that we're most looking forward to, is flying in VR, which is really cool. The other game that I'm kind of waiting for, that I really want to have VR support on, is Elite. That's the one we really want. More of a kind of a trading game and a flying and a combat game rather than a survival game like No Man's Sky. But lots of people are raving about this, so without further ado, let's press R2. Press R2 to take off. Right, here we go. Woo! Right, this is it. Wow, this looks amazing. This is really good. Obviously, you know, it's PSVR, so we've got lots of blur in this. Oh, there we go. There's the stars. There's the planet below us. We can see back into our ship. Woo. Orbital flight achieved. Test Starship systems. Test boost with circle. Hold L1 and R1 to test pulse engine. Engagement. Whoa, there we go. Where are we now? Oh wow, that. Oh, look at that. Answer the communicator by pressing down on the D-pad. Incoming transmission. Source. Please identify yourself. I'm... You're not alone. Follow the coordinates and find the signal source. Pilot towards coordinates marker and engage the pulse drive with L1 and R1. Oop. Alright, there it is. Arrive in 2 weeks. Okay, so that's why we're going to need to turn the pulse drive on. This is great. That we can look down. Strangely, we can't see our body, but we can see all the controls. Now I'm playing this on the with the DualShocks on my PlayStation. It's an OG PS4, not a PlayStation Pro or anything like that. Let's have a look behind us. Yeah. So if you're into your space survival sims, your survival sims, No Man's Sky is definitely worth looking at. Now, I picked up No Man's Sky, I think, for about £10, probably about 3 months after it first came out a couple of years ago, when it was doing really badly. You know, it came out, No Man's Sky, didn't it, and had terrible reviews. It wasn't what they promised it to be. There wasn't, you couldn't play with other players. Everybody thought it was going to be like Jurassic Park. You remember that famous trailer they did? But now it's had many updates. People are raving about it, saying, you know, this is getting pretty close to the game we thought it would be. You can play with other players, you can meet up with other players. People have built... Oh. Right, here we go. Communities. Whoa, whoa! Oh, gosh. Follow the coordinates and find the signal source. Approach the site and slow down L2. Land with a square. Well, I mean, the draw distance is okay, isn't it? Everything's a bit blurry, I'm not gonna lie. But that's standard fare with PSVR. Ooh. Okay. Oh, right, got some animals outside. Scan. Scan this. Hello, fella. Oh, right, I need some pallets to offer some food. Ooh, look at all this good stuff. What's all this? And you can use your dual shock control to kind of mine for stuff. Yeah, but we should go and see what this says. Broken technology. The sparkling wires of the machine generate a signal, tapping out its broadcast in the void. Whoever left the message is long gone. Decipher signal. Sixteen. Oh, he's gone underground. Deployed base computer. So, as you can see now, we've got some new plans to build some more stuff, to follow the story, to find out what's going on. So, base computer, site evaluation device. When placed, contact Universal Cartographic Archive to establish ownership of land. Successful registration allows the construction of base modules across any site of the user's choosing. And then we've got to get some chromatic metal, which we've probably got to make by getting other stuff. So we've got to build this terrain mill. Let's have a wander around. Now, you'll probably notice I'm using... Oh, we've got something coming in. I'm using the smooth controls for PSVR, which means I can walk around and run around and use my jetpack kind of like this. Got some sodium. But you do have the options to teleport around, and the turning can be on, you know, like stepped like that. As you can see, though, you know, No Man's Sky it's a beautiful looking game. It does look like the cover of a 1970s, 1980s science fiction book. And as I say, it's all about managing your resources, finding enough resources, recharging your laser, recharging your life support. What you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, you've got my life support and my hazard protection. Following the story and generally exploring this massive universe, which is very, very impressive. So I'm pretty pleased. Now, I'm not sure if this is really my sort of game. I mean, it might be one day. I tend to enjoy games that are set in the real world. Well, real world in inverted commas. Games like, you know, DayZ, PUBG, that sort of thing. Rather than, I'm not. Even though I love science fiction, I've never really been into science fiction games that much. There's my ship, the Radiant Pillar. It's funny, science fiction and fantasy games don't appeal to me that much. I'd much rather be running around with an M16 or an AK. I never used to be into survival games, but DayZ has kind of changed all that for me, which I think DayZ I think is absolutely amazing. But anyway, if you like the look of this and you've got a PSVR and you see No Man's Sky going cheap, I would definitely say pick it up for the experience. And if you're into survival games and you love the idea of managing those resources, in fact, let's go into the inventory so you can kind of see. So these, as I build stuff, I can fill these slots up. And then we've got all the sodium, dihydrogen, pure ferrite, condensed carbon, all these things, all these base elements that I'm collecting to make more complicated things and more complicated machines. Obviously, so it's a thing to remember though, this is not like a campaign. Yes, this is definitely... Oh, right, so I need to charge up my hazard protection. Let's get back in the ship. And there we go. So, I have to say, oh, here comes some other people. Yeah. No Man's Sky in PSVR. Looks really impressive. A little bit blurry, but a very immersive experience. It's very smooth. And I think if you enjoy the idea of No Man's Sky, then this is going to be right up your alley. But anyway, that's enough from me. Put your questions and comments down below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all again soon.